So you guys can still catch me at this hour. I thought I was about to flop again. Today I'm guessing your left foot is on your right shoulder. If I guessed wrong, well, that's the old rule anyway. If you see this, drop a comment or just leave a few words on the side, so I'll know I'm not completely forgotten. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's jump right into today's bedtime story. Backing into the campsite is our new guest in this camping series, Miss Annie from Korea. It's her very first camping trip. She chose to do it in the freezing snow. Snow still clings to the branches. For Annie, who's used to surviving in dry, arid regions, this is full of curiosity. She even scoops up snow with her hands to share with you watching on screen. Once that childlike curiosity fades, Annie gets to work clearing the ground. Honestly, brains don't always beat brawn. While others are still using shovels, she's already got a blower out. Once the ground is cleared, it's time to set up the tent. Even though this is Annie's first camp, her gear is fully equipped, and she sets things up in perfect order. Not like a newbie at all. More like a seasoned camper. In the middle of setup, suddenly a heavy snowstorm hits. Wearing only light clothes, Annie has to throw on a raincoat. Next step, inflating the tent. As I mentioned earlier, her tools are as handy as Annie Pro's. But here she switches to a manual pump. Talk about arm workout. Good thing Annie practices yoga regularly. She's strong and flexible. Soon the tent is fully inflated. Then with some pegs, she secures it firmly to the ground. Since the temperature dropped below zero, a heating source is a must-have. A full canister of fuel is more than enough for the night ahead. Now it's time to set up the inside. Even non-campers know this. Even with the tent pitched, the ground is still covered in rocks. So usually you lay down a blanket first. But Annie has her own way. She starts with a yoga mat as the first layer of protection, then adds a thick blanket on top. After that, she brings out a heater. In places like this, warming up can be painfully slow. So Annie first inflates her airbed, then pulls out a brand new quilt from her magic bag. Watching this, you might notice a different vibe. Compared to other fancy girl camping clips, Annie may be a newbie, but she's surprisingly refined. Once the place warms up, she starts assembling her gear. Thankfully, it's nothing too complex. Soon the interior is all set. Next comes tonight's appetizer. She says she's making egg rice. As the name suggests, the main ingredient is eggs, so let's check out her steps. Annie chops up various ingredients first, then slices mushrooms and cherry tomatoes. All the chopped ingredients go straight into the pan. Once they're half-cooked, she adds shrimp. The method looks a little unusual, even hard to understand, but the colors remind me of Indian-style dishes. Maybe that's just the quirky creativity of a stylish camper. After finishing her meal, night quietly falls. The blizzard outside finally eases. Maybe it's the warmth inside, but Annie feels a bit restless, so she steps out to feel the icy wind. Seeing the fireplace nearby gives her another idea. The only food left is some sweet potatoes. She wraps them tightly in foil, then bakes them over the fireplace's heat. While she's focused on that, she notices the tent flap wasn't shut. She quickly runs to close it. After all, she's sleeping there tonight. As time passes slowly, the sweet potatoes are finally done. Sipping on wheat juice, she enjoys the sweet roasted flavor. Maybe this is the purest joy of camping.